All right. So last time we had a pretty eventful session. The party made it to Camp Vengeance, where they met Commander Breakbone and his two captains. Um, they were sort of drafted into service of the um, Order of the Gauntlet, and basically they had something bordering on a hostage situation where the commander was trying to keep Cyrenny in the camp, both as leverage and to make use of her healing abilities. Through a bit of persuasion and bargaining, he accepted instead the services of the party's guide, Azaka. And while still kind of holding her for a leverage of sorts, um, the party was allowed to go on and continue their adventuring um, under the auspices of exploring the area off to the east of the camp. So they went west, and
We went north.
you went pretty much west.
You said we got lost and went north.
Well, yeah, but then you ended up going in a westerly direction eventually. Finding some loot and eventually meeting another denizen of the jungles, Ice in Summer, the Tabaxi hunter, who kind of just being out to put food in his belly and whatnot. He he agreed to at least come on for a while as your interim guide. He gave you a little bit of information about the surrounding area, including the old settlement of Mbala. And then, well, we'll work for food, basically. So we spent a few days hiking through the jungle, and you decided to then, I think, cross the river again and actually explore a little bit of that area to the east that Commander Breakbone had mentioned before. And it was as you were doing that that Lucius was approached mentally by some sort of strange invisible creature that wanted him to do some mischievous stuff, which he was pretty complicit in. After luring Fib outside of camp into a pile of dinosaur poop, the little creature that had been planting these ideas in Lucius's head finally made itself known as it lay there on the ground, laughing, kind of rolling around on its back. You saw a little green dragon. Except instead of a normal dragon, it seems to have a strange, like, kind of stinger thing on its back or on its tail. And yeah. So here it is, just rolling and laughing.
How big is it?
It's tiny. Like, could easily perch on your shoulder small.
And it's winged? Like it flies?
Yes.
I'm gonna get a real good look at this creature.
Okay.
I've had a week to think of revenge, and I didn't even think to do that.
Okay. So you're taking a look.
Mm-hmm.
All right. so as it's kind of doing its best impression of laughter, I guess, it's rolling around on the ground, and you see it has like a almost like a triceratops like kind of uh, what's the word for the thing that a triceratops has on its forehead?
The
A horn.
crown?
Oh, like
Crown.
the,
Yeah. So it's got that sort of thing going on, and then as it kind of stops rolling and laughing and sort of rights itself and shakes off the fallen leaves and other jungle debris, you notice that the wings on this thing are a little different, not quite what you'd expect from a dragon. They are, in fact, more along the lines of butterfly wings.
Huh.
And so it kind of finishes shaking itself out and settles into basically a standing position as much as a quadrupedal thing can stand, and kind of like looks at Lucius with just smiling eyes. And yeah, you have a feeling of like joy and amusement that kind of flashes into your mind.
Well, I'll give it a mental thumbs up. And I'll look
Okay.
over to Scorn and say, "Hey, Scorn, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Isn't Scorn back at camp?
Aren't we?"
Yeah, technically it's like Lucius and Fib just outside of camp. I mean, I guess if you wanted to like yell for him, you
Yeah, I'll yell for
Yeah.
so hey,
Scorn,
Scorn.
get your ass over here!
Or you know what? Better yet, I'll just message Scorn.
could. Okay.
I wouldn't
Wait,
think
whose,
he's.
whose watch is it right now? Like,
So you just kind of set up camp, so
Oh,
it's,
okay.
yeah, it's just getting established.
Alright, yeah, I mean, he goes over there. Yes, what do you want?
Have you ever seen a creature such as this? And I'll point at the dragon.
Kind of like sits back on two legs and uses one of its front claws to sort of wave at you.
So there's my nature check. Have I seen one of these? Do I
Um,
know what they are?
yeah, I don't think you would have seen one before necessarily, but you would have heard tell of fairy dragons.
Okay.
They are basically, basically what the other two members of the party have kind of seen. They're tricksters, generally about the size of a cat with butterfly wings. And yeah, they're known to kind of take a liking to travelers in their native terrain and well, kind of fuck around with them.
Let's name him Loki.
Now
No.
here's a question: Is it a creature, or what is it?
I mean, so let's clarify some terms here. A creature is basically any living thing.
Oh, gotcha.
You mean a beast?
Yes. Sorry.
No, it is not a beast.
Okay.
It is a dragon.
It's a dragon?
Yeah,
Okay. Not a fae?
correct.
Yeah, so I just say, oh, this fairy dragon, little pranksters, tricksters. I don't think they usually mean any harm, so nothing to fear. Just a little mini dragon, playful and quite silly.
Yes, playful. Fib brushes her leg off and walks away.
As she walks away, I'll prestidigitation her boots and clean them off.
Okay.
And
Even though they're not the elegant boots.
I'll reach in my pack to one of my rations and I'll pull a little bit of meat out and offer it to the dragon.
Kind of cocks his head and sniffs it. Kind of like nibbles on it a little bit and just you get like this, yeah, kind of look from it.
I guess I'll think at it. What do you like?
Okay, so then in rapid succession, you see a variety of fruits, and then you see some man-made things like pastries and candy, and basically all the sweet things you can think of in the world.
um.
Can't you use prestidigitation to flavor things?
Yes, I can. So I guess what I'll do, I will stick the little like jerky or whatever I had back in my pack, and just kind of tear it in half, and I'll pull out that same part that it nibbled on, and I'll think this one should taste better, and I'll cast prestidigitation and make it taste like a bar of chocolate.
Okay. So like it looks at the thing and kind of like if it had eyebrows to raise, it would be raising one at you. And
I'll break off a tiny piece and eat it.
okay. Yeah, it kind of like comes forward and tries to nibble on the thing again. And then you see the eyes kind of like go wide.
I'll just let it have it.
Okay. Yeah, so like grabs a little piece of meat and kind of like flutters up onto a nearby branch, just
I'll give it another mental thumbs up, and then I'll head back to camp.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I follow him back to camp. Lucius,
Yeah.
you have chocolate bar for me too?
Sure. I'll pull out the other half of that and prestidigitation, make it taste like chocolate, and give it to him.
I want chocolate now. I'll have chocolate.
Alright, yeah, Scorn eats it and is like trying to hide his like joy. But his eyes
Yeah.
kind of go a little wide, and he's like, it's pretty good.
If you bring me anything that you can eat, Scorn, I can make it taste like anything for you.
You do this for me?
Yeah, just say the word. I have to do it on whatever you're about to eat, though.
I will remember this. Keep this in mind.
I can also slightly heat things up, too, for you. So, make some jerky warm or cold if you like, however.
Interesting.
As we're talking, the snake appears on my shoulders.
Lucius, I do not hate you. And then I walk back to camp.
I'll take them when I get them. And I'll walk back to camp.
All right. Okay. So let's see here. I think as you do that, the fairy dragon kind of flutters up like alongside you, sort of just returning to camp with you, and then you hear its like high kind of scratchy voice begin to form words of some sort. Now, does anybody here speak Draconic?
Is this? Let's see.
No.
No.
I do now. I cast that immediately upon hearing language.
Okay.
You're not gonna wait 10 minutes for it?
Nope.
What if you get ambushed? What if it's a trap?
In the nation of Oyas, you would be banished for being wasteful.
Glad I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of tune in about halfway through the first sentence or so, where you kind of gather that the dragon is just saying, Well, that was a good time. Uh, Happy to meet some welcoming strangers for once. So, what are you doing out here anyway?
I'm gonna look to Scorn and say, I can understand what it says. I can't communicate back. And then I'll look back at the dragon and I'll say, do you understand common?
Blink.
I will mentally think give us 1 second.
Okay.
Basically like, hang on. And then I'll turn to Scorn and say, do you have a way to speak to animals? I know, Treehugger did.
Normally, yes, this is dragon, though, is not beast of our Earth, our planet. Dragons different.
The dragon kind of like flutters down and lands on the ground like between the two of you, and again like sits back on 2 legs and like holds up a single claw like that. Hey, 1 second gesture, and then looks at Scorn and says, "Do you understand me in Sylvan?"
Oh, yes. So I was like, oh, that's me. It was,
All right.
Oh, no, I don't have Sylvan. No.
You don't have Sylvan.
I have
Kind of
Infernal.
furball are you?
I have Infernal, Abyssal, and Primordial.
That's primordial.
Did he say anything in Elvish?
No. Okay. Cool. Well, we have a bit of a communication barrier here.
Someone learn a new language.
I know it, I just can't speak it.
And it
Uh,
doesn't count.
Okay, so then the fairy dragon like turns and looks back at Lucius and says, "Oh, what's wrong? You can't talk back?"
Uh, If I understand written, can I write in that language? Or no?
Well, if you can't speak it, I would say you probably can't write it either.
Even if I can read it.
Yeah.
Shit.
I teach him a cuss in Undercommon.
I guess I will say in Primordial. Is this a language you understand?
Blink.
Alright, I'll try Abyssal and say, how about this one?
Blink.
I try the Druidic language.
Blink.
Yeah, I don't know what else to try then.
Shit. I'm looking. I'm looking at my Find Familiar. My familiar can't speak, can it?
I don't know.
Because
I think so.
it
I think
can
you
be
can just mentally talk to it.
celestial, fey, or fiend.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it says anything about being able to communicate with other beings, though. Unfortunately. Okay, so the fairy dragon kind of like chimes in the middle of everybody, like, "Do you understand me now? Do you understand me now? Do you understand me now?" And again, like looks back at Lucius and says, "Okay, so maybe you guys aren't the best conversationalists, but you and the big guy seem nice at least. So, is there anything I can help you with? Questions? Maybe you could draw what you're looking for?
So I will relay that to the group. I will translate, essentially.
At some point, I'm gonna figure out there's a big to-do happening with the fairy dragon.
That's
Send
fair.
him over.
Well,
yeah.
we went back to school. Oh, because he called Scorn over.
Well, we came back to camp though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
and
was
he
it was
followed
said
us
that
back.
yeah, the dragon was like flying alongside Lucius as you guys went back to camp, so
Yeah, but like no one told me, so I'm just there like boiling water and
Well,
stuff.
if you see a dragon, I'm gonna assume.
How could I have seen a dragon? I wasn't
Well,
looking.
We're all talking, so in different languages that you don't
Yeah,
understand.
that's
So-
why
so-
I said at some
yeah.
point I would go
Yeah.
over there.
there you go.
Oh.
Like this is. This
So what
is
do we need?
perfect for me. That's what I need.
So what do we want out of him?
I want him to
I
not
want-
prank us anymore.
Well, if you can draw a picture of that.
I want to wave and say hi to it.
It waves back.
I cuss at him in Undercommon.
I'll say that wasn't very nice.
I'll scowl at her too.
I just shrug.
Yeah, it kind of like cocks its head.
I'll cast message at it and say, "How about this? Does this work?"
Okay, let me see the text for message. Let's see. Here's the message, and it can reply, and it was friendly, you can hear. I mean, like, it's still a whispered message, though, so I feel like it has to depend on some kind of language.
Well, the whole thing is with this, it's an instant cast, so it's not like I have to whisper the message. I just whisper and it's just sent.
Well, I mean, it says you whisper a message, though. So, like, I guess my interpretation of that is you do actually point it and you whisper, and it's, I mean, the casting time is one action. So, like, it does take up, some time. But yeah, I would say it probably there's still a language barrier there.
Yeah, you cuss at him too. Well, me for cussing.
I'm just trying to think of anything we can ask for him to look for, or like that he would know about.
I mean, even him just telling us anything, it would make mapping out this place faster. Unless you want to go find zombies.
Well, I hate him, so.
Well, I guess what I will do is I'll pull out the map that I'm starting to make, and I'll kind of set it down and just kind of point to the. We're heading east, right?
Yeah.
I'll kind of point and point at the spot we're at, and just kind of draw with my finger.
What?
So
So
like
I'll just-
lay of the land kind of thing. Is that what you're trying to?
Yeah, just kind
ask
of
for?
like. As soon as it loads up, I'll show you. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oops, that's a box. That's not what I wanted. Freehand. So I'm just gonna kind of. That's a box. That's not freehand. Come on, Roll20, get your shit together. Freehand. There we go. So I'm just gonna kind of like draw my finger. Oop, what the fuck? That is not even close. All right, there we go. Just
This
Lagging.
is the most difficult thing you've
There we
ever
go.
done.
That
Welcome
that
back to
direction.
kindergarten.
No, it's just it's not drawing where I put it. So it's
Alright.
somewhat in that direction.
Okay.
Let's see if he knows anything.
Let's see. um. Okay, so you gesture kind of at that general area on the map, and the fairy dragon kind of pauses, thinks for a minute, and then again kind of rears up on the two legs, and you see it hold two of its arms out in front of it and kind of walk really stiff, like almost zombie-like, you might say.
Okay.
I think that's really adorable.
It is.
What?
I think there's something wrong with that dragon.
Alright. And then the other thing is I'm gonna point out Umbala and see if he has any idea what that is. Like that general area.
Okay.
More zombies.
Let's see. So, I think at this point the fairy dragon goes back to actually speaking to you and says, lots of dead things there.
I'm gonna draw like a stick figure with X's for its eyes, and I'm gonna draw like a zombie basically, and kind of point at that, and then at that the Umbala part of the map. Basically, I'm kind of asking, are they zombies or are they just dead?
Okay. He says, they don't get up over there, just dead.
I'll look to the rest of the group. Any other place we want to look into?
Yeah, I just point. Well, I say maybe we should ask if you know where some herd of Axbeak are, so we can put Blue Boy with his own kind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I'll point at Bluebeak or Blue Boy. Yeah.
Okay. The fairy dragon says, there are those things all up and down the river.
And I'll just kind of like it. I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to gesture, so I'll kind of act like I'm kind of getting excited, yes, yeah, and kind of see if he'll basically try to gesture if he'll take us to one.
Okay. Kind of looks at you and says, well, I mean, I don't just follow them. They wander. They're like you. They just walk around and kind of go where they will.
I'll
Why
just
do we
find
want to
one.
get rid of Blue Boy?
Because he should
Why is
be
he
with.
his parents?
Yeah, he should.
Yeah.
be
We don't
with
know where his
family.
parents are.
He should be with his own kind, where he can be happy and thrive.
Why?
Oh, what, you're obsessed with kidnapping animals in D&D.
It's not like
He's
Eric
not our
gave
pet,
us
like-
Eric gave us this creature for a reason. Clearly, he wants us to have him.
It's to teach us about letting go of the things we love.
No, otherwise it wouldn't be so cute.
That just makes the lesson more. How to what?
How to love.
It failed with Fib.
Well, then why do you care if we get rid of him?
Well, Laura wants to keep him.
Laura is Fib.
Yeah, that's why Fib's not saying.
So the last thing I'm going to draw in the dirt is I'm going to draw a picture of a treasure chest and see if he knows of any spots that have treasure.
Just like Bobo.
Bobo led us to a mimic.
And then I'll just set the map down and kind of, let him, if he wants to make a mark or do whatever. Point.
Okay. Let's see. Alright, let me head back over to the map you guys are on. And so he like takes his claw and kind of draws a little X marking on an area that's kind of far out of the way at the moment, but let's see. Is that right? Do you see an X now?
I do not.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. I know why. Because I put it on the map layer instead of the not map layer.
Ah.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Ooh, okay. Yep.
There you go.
But can you
What?
click for
I don't
those?
see an X.
It's right there.
Oh, I see it.
It's right there.
Right where? Becca,
Don't
where
get
is it?
labeled, Eric?
Yeah. Let's
Becca,
see.
you haven't pinged it.
Oh my. Happy.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
almost happy. Austin, you need to ping it.
Very well.
Thank you.
Alright. Now we all know where it is. Everybody knows.
Oh, we're making art!
Oh,
Why does it say dragon mark right there?
This is Fairy Dragon Mark.
fairy dragon mark.
Oh, I got really excited. You know dragon mark is an Ephron thing.
I will, yeah, that's like the scribblings that I put underneath it.
Okay.
So.
Before this dragon thing leaves, we should see if he wants to go mess with that camp commander.
Oh, yes! Yes!
See if you can communicate that to him.
I'm going to, in my mind, I'm going to think, like, towards him, what we did with Fib. Oh, and then I'm going to think of just a mean guy, just basically like a comical, like, Hitler kind of guy, just shaking his fist to him. Just something comical, and him stepping in poop.
Okay. The fairy dragon like kind of takes a second to sort of process what you just sent him, and is like, I do have a particular set of skills. Which way?
I'm going to point him in the direction of Camp Righteous. Or Camp Vengeance, sorry.
Camp Vengeance?
Yeah.
Well, you
Okay.
can show him
Vengeance.
on the map. Just show him on the map.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm
Gotcha.
going to go... the map's right in front of us. I'm just going to point him in the direction of Camp
Yeah,
Vengeance.
you can relay what he looks like, so.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And,
Really, if you get any of them, it's fine.
Okay. So you
Good
see
Sunazaka.
nice. Yeah, no, you see a little grin appear on his face, and then he just kind of looks at you guys, waves, and disappears.
I've been picturing this thing as like a chameleon, and it just occurs to me that that's probably not what it looks like.
No.
it's a little mini dragon.
Yeah. Sometimes dragons look like chameleons.
With all the time you spend like searching random stuff, you could.
Aww.
It's that, but green.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I don't spend time searching random stuff.
Mm.
Like what?
He spends time editing Wiki.
I did it for a long time. Like a long time. Like a work day.
That's Laura's new job.
It's not new. I've had it since January.
New full-time job.
Yeah, that's true. I've got to quit Shinola.
All right. That was interesting.
All right. And so that being done, you guys finish setting up camp and all that stuff, and the rest of the evening goes by uneventfully. So now I can finally move you. So if you're heading east, you kind of have two choices. Do you want to go like northeast or southeast? Which hex do you want to be in?
Let's go southeast one, and then we'll just go northeast the rest. That way we mark
Which
off
one?
another.
Which one is further away from where you wanted us to go?
Southeast would probably be further,
Let's do that one.
because we're just coming down and around and up.
There we go.
Ooh, we did it.
Hex cleared.
We travel fast.
Now we go northeast the rest, so that I can
Yeah.
chart
Okay,
out
so you're just
this.
gonna. Gotcha. You're
We're-
like sweeping it.
Yeah, we're lawnmowering this shit.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you guys get your long rest in. Food is easy because Scorn, and water is easy because Cyrene. And so we cut to the next morning as you guys are preparing to embark. And it's time to make a navigation check with Ice able to help you and provide advantage once again.
Oh, I forgot he was with us.
Love him.
I'm staying on my
What
toes
does-
all day because I feel like we're gonna come across zombies.
You're what?
I feel like we're gonna come across zombies.
Yeah, but then you said something about your toes, which I didn't understand.
I am staying on my toes all day.
We are a fucking ballerina.
Yes.
Alright.
I've got
I do a pirouette.
I've got Stratos flying like 20 feet behind us, just kind of keeping an eye.
Okay. All right. So, you guys said the plan was to head northeast.
Yeah, from this point.
Okay. So you travel northeast, and yeah, you get about halfway through the day before you see looks like a small structure kind of attached to a large branch overhead, like maybe a couple 100 feet down, the closest thing you have to a path at this point.
Wait, what is it?
It's a small structure hanging from a tree.
Okay, for some reason I thought you said stick.
No.
Like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Can you describe it again? I got very distracted.
It is a small structure. Like, if there's room for anyone in it, you'd guess it's probably room for like one person barely. And it's hanging from a large branch. It's kind of covered and obscured by some intentionally placed leaves and stuff. You know, it's kind of like ghillie suited up almost.
It's what?
that
Like a
it's like somebody covered it with leaves and stuff.
It's like the suits where people were like with leaves and stuff so that you can't see them when they lay on the ground.
Where they hunt.
Yeah,
Kinda.
so sort
I
of.
don't-
It's
I don't
it's more
kill
like
God's creatures.
it's more like tactical assault stuff. But
Yeah, it's
anyway,
like military.
I
stuff.
don't kill God's humans, so I don't.
that's fair. But yeah, so you see this tiny thing hanging from a branch, like a couple 100 feet ahead.
Okay, let's go to. Why don't you send your bird out there to check?
I don't have a bird anymore. It's a snake.
Whatever it is, send it out there.
Stratos goes. I don't say anything. I don't make anything. I just mentally tell Stratos to go that way. I just kind of
Okay.
stare at her blankly.
Wow, how come you guys don't like Fib?
It's not.
Okay. So, you send Stratos up, and you're gonna like have him peek in and stuff, or you just kind of surveying the outside. What's
Is there a window
um,
to it?
I mean,
or-
it's not like a window so much as smaller kind of gaps in the foliage that covers the thing.
Yeah, I'll have him check towards the top. I guess. Like if
Okay.
there's a gap towards the top.
Okay, yeah. So you send him up there, kind of hovers over the top and cranes his snake head in there, and you're looking through his eyes, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. Um, so inside, you see no living beings, but you do see a couple of items just kind of sitting around in there. A rain catcher, and then a series of like pots and pans and stuff that would basically make up a mess kit.
I'll relay the information. So, yeah, it looks like it's somebody's little hidey shelter area.
Well, then we should probably leave it alone for them.
Agreed.
Unless there are resources in there that we could use.
I mean, it's pots and pans and a rain catcher. We don't really need a rain catcher. Unless you want to be a jerk.
What does that have to do with being a jerk?
Well, you could take the rain catcher. For no other reason than just to take it, but...
To get fresh water, that seemed like no reason to me.
Well, we have fresh water, so
We have all the water we could want.
let him have fresh water. Or her.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter to me.
So, I'll call Stratos and I'll leave it be.
Okay.
Can I look for any kind of tracks or whatever? Or signs that they've been here recently?
Sure. Make a. We'll call it a survival check.
Okay. 15.
Right. Yeah, you look around and it's not especially prominent, but you're pretty sure you can make out a pair of two sets of humanoid footprints, wearing what seem like pretty standard boots or something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah, I point this out to everyone and say, look, two humanoids wearing some type of boot. Be on the lookout. We don't want to initiate any kind of problem, and maybe they hunt other humanoids. We don't know, but I think they're here recently, so keep an eye out.
They could be part of the scouts we were told that would be out here.
Yes, this makes sense. But I think we can carry on, though. Don't need to linger, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let go.
All right. So you press on for the rest of the day, and there are no other occurrences. So we can move you guys forward a hex.
Hooray. So I'd like to, every night, if we haven't had any kind of encounters, I beast shape into like an adult Axbeak to kind of like spend some
Ew.
time. What?
It's fine.
To like
Weird.
spend some time with Blue Boy so that he is more familiar with other Axbeaks, basically. So
Okay.
just kind of like walk around and like peck the ground or whatever they do. I just kind of give him an interaction that I want him to be familiar with.
Okay.
So,
Cool. All right.
why did you say ew?
It's
still-
just weird.
Why is it weird? He's being nice. Like, it's not like I'm
Who do
transforming.
you think
to,
you are,
like...
Cassie?
Sure, yeah.
Alright.
So Scorn's just turning into an axe beast? Axe beak?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
walking around? That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you know,
I'm gonna
as-
just draw a picture of, like, basically Scorn with his hair as an axe beak. Just
Okay.
in the back side of my spell book, just as an aside.
All right. Cool.
Perfect.
So, new day comes around. Mist settles in over the jungle once again. And it is time to make another navigation roll. All right. So you're continuing your lawnmower pattern?
As long as everybody else is, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. Cool. So, you guys push further ahead into the jungle. And the entire day goes by uneventfully.
Goodness.
Alright. So, I guess we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
What's the weather?
The mist gets heavier.
Is it humid?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Is it really, really hot, or is it just, like, kinda hot?
I mean, like, you're in a jungle, so it's always hot, but it's not hot today.
Okay, so it's like a 70-degree day, 80-degree day, something like that.
Probably upper 80s.
5.
Alright, that's fine, that's enjoyable enough.
85?
Yeah.
Monster.
Okay, so partway into the day's travel, you come across what looks like a path that's kind of been hacked through the jungle. It seems to sort of curve a bit, like you watch it curve one way and then it kind of curves back around out of sight in the opposite direction.
How tall is this pathway?
Probably like 6 to 7 feet tall.
I
About wide enough for like 2 people to pass through.
Send Stratos at the highest point it can be, still within this pathway. I'm gonna send Stratos as far down as I can, and I'll tell him
Okay.
if there's danger, come back,
Okay.
and I'll just keep watching. Through
Cool.
his eyes.
All right. So Stratos takes off down this winding path. It seems to kind of double back on itself a lot, like just a series of almost hairpin-like turns. But after a few of those, you round a corner and you see through his eye a number of humanoids that are apparently in the process of hacking more of this trail into the jungle. Looks like there are 5 of them, with a couple that kind of look lower ranking, you know, like less armored and just generally looking a bit rougher around the edges. They're kind of doing the bulk of the work, while 3 others kind of sit back and talk amongst themselves.
Are they what are they speaking? Common?
Yes, they would be speaking common.
Seeing as though I can hear through the snake's ears,
Mhm.
what are they talking about?
Um, so the three that are kind of sitting back are talking about uh, one time back at a tavern in some city you gather. Basically, the drunken escapades they got into.
Gotcha. Do they look like... Are they guards of some sort? Or are they just ragtag group? Or what?
Are they from Fort Vengeance?
Yeah.
So you see, there's one of them in particular that's heavily armored, and let's see here.
I don't want to think about how sweltering he is in there,
Yeah, but no, there's this one who is heavily armored, and kind of across the tabard that's draped on top of the armor, you see an emblem that does bear the image of a hand, but it's arranged a bit differently. It's inverted, for one. Like it's instead of a right hand, it's a left hand, and the entirety of the hand is wreathed in fire.
Fire?
Yeah, like depiction of fire. This is all just sewn into the tabard that
So
the
it's
guy's
a
wearing.
flaming left hand is basically what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was with their right hand?
Hmm.
Their right hand? What was happening with it?
So I'm differentiating between the picture or the logo of the.
Is it just a right hand? I don't remember their logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I will relay what I'm looking at, and I'll come back from Stratos' eyes and have him come back to me. And I'll look to our guide and say, do you know what faction that is?
To Azaka?
Not Azaka.
Oh,
Ice?
Ice, yes.
Yeah. He says, I do not trust any of the northerners that come with hands on their clothing. The ones back at the camp, you say you've already met them. You know I don't like them. These ones are very much the same. They will try to, well, capture or,
I gotcha. Conscript.
yeah.
They'll do the same shit. Different day. Gotcha. So I wonder why they're hacking it back and forth though. They're really not that smart around here, are they?
He says, I tend to assume that about most people who decide to come out into the jungles.
A fair point.
Well, we might want to avoid them.
Yeah, let's just continue on avoid them.
Okay.
agreed.
All right. And so you continue on, kind of taking the more heavily overgrown route as opposed to following the, well, part of a path that's been kind of carved through. And yeah, you travel on till it's time to set up camp. Which, yeah, you do. And for no reason at all, let's just refresh ourselves on the order of
Order of what?
watches.
I only need 4 hours.
My
I'm
pet
the-
could do some.
I'm the last watch.
I think I trade off with the middle watch.
Do we need a middle watch if we have me and a pet and the last watch?
No?
Should be
I
alright.
used to have.
I guess I'll be on first watch then.
Because
Oh, no.
Stratos doesn't sleep. Do those snakes have dark vision or no?
A flying snake?
Yeah.
Probably not. But let's see.
Well,
I think there is something special actually. Let's have a look here. So, okay, interesting point. They have blind sight up to 10 feet.
Oh shit. Okay. That's awesome.
But doesn't really help in this situation.
No, but blind sight for up to 10 feet is pretty sweet too. So what I'll do is I'll have him curl up a little bit away from us and just kind of basically be a little landmine. And if somebody walks within 10 feet, I'll have him wake me up and let me know.
Okay. All
Then
right.
Who's taking that watch? Is it still a snake? Even though snake can't see anything.
Well, I guess I
Maybe
could put it
that-
in the middle and just
What?
have it surround all of us.
My snake had dark vision, so I'm not impressed with this snake.
I'll take the one in between them.
Okay.
Am I
Alright.
on first watch then?
Yeah. You are technically on first and second watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's just how valuable Fib is.
Okay. And fourth watch was Sirene?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
When the dawn rises, I take the watch.
Okay.
So poetic.
So,
Have to be sometimes.
all right. Um, so, Sirene, as you are awake on watch, you hear a rustling sound out in the woods. And it kind of begins to grow louder, as though something is closing the distance towards you from out beyond the trees.
Is this something Stratos could hear or feel?
Probably not feel, but it's not outside the realm of possibility that it could be audible.
I told Stratos if anything happened to wake me up, basically.
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable.
I am going to wake up Scorn, because he is the only one at this point in time who is almost at a full rest besides me.
Okay.
Alright. What's going on?
I immediately, without even like fully waking up, I'll send Stratos off to figure out what it is.
There's a loud noise running through here.
Okay. So you send Stratos out, and yeah, as you're closing the distance, you can hear that whatever this is still advancing toward the camp at actually a pretty brisk pace. So it's not all that long, maybe just a few seconds really, between Stratos disappearing from the view of the rest of the party and establishing a visual on a pair of humanoid figures running through the jungle, panting. One of them considerably shorter than average, though not quite down in like gnome or really even dwarf territory. The other, a kind of normal stature male by the look of it. And as they come running through the jungle, you can see just a bit of the rising sun catch both of their faces. The taller one is a pale-skinned human male with kind of brown hair and a thick goatee. The shorter one is some sort of reptilian humanoid, not a dragonborn, not a lizard man, almost sharing qualities with some of the dinosaurs that you've seen around Port Nyanzaru.
But is it like kobold sized?
Uh, Stands about like just under 5 feet, so not
Oh, okay.
super short.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Pretty close to my height.
yeah, and so the two of these characters are running through the jungle almost side by side. And then once you reach around the point where they are, you hear more running and crunching and snarling from back behind them.
Oh, okay. I will immediately say, there are two guys running at us. They're being chased by something. Maybe we should hide.
Has
Oh,
anybody
Vip
woke me
hide.
up?
Yeah, I'll wake up Fib and Thor.
Oh yeah, we're sleeping.
Okay. So now you're not sleeping. What are you guys doing?
The tree.
I rub the sleep from my eyes, and I take a half hour to stand up, just like I'm. Then I hide. I climb a tree. Yeah, I climb a tree.
I'm
I
gonna
got really excited about climbing a tree.
I'm gonna reach up and say, Scorin, help me out, please.
Okay.
Because I am not. I will not even. I'm not gonna pass it. I my acrobatics, or whatever it is, sucks.
I got a 12 to climb a tree.
Okay.
Oh no.
You suck at climbing a tree.
Oh wow! I actually didn't do too bad.
All right.
I always get Thorv and Scorn mixed up, so I'm like, why did John roll?
Okay. So everyone except Cyrene is able to haul themselves up into the trees. Cyrene gets.
Scorn didn't roll.
Well, that's like how he goes to bed, though. Is the thing.
I'm casting Expeditious Retreat on. Oh shit! I can only do it on self. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. It's all good.
I'm gonna reach down and drag Cyrene up.
Yeah, I'd definitely help her if I can.
I'll
Okay.
help her too.
Well, Cyrene, go ahead and make one more roll. Instead of advantage, this is basically your second roll of advantage.
Well,
Nope. Just I don't know. Maybe you were sitting wrong while you were keeping watch or something. Yeah, like when your legs fell asleep, you're just.
I try and hide at the bottom of the tree.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
You're gonna get run over.
At least I didn't.
You and your freaking -2. You
Every
didn't roll
time.
terribly, just under average.
I rolled average, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled tens. I rolled
Uh-huh.
2 tens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you just kind of throw yourself behind one of the closest trees that's at least big enough to kind of conceal your armored frame.
So, in seeing this, I don't remember which one it is. I'm gonna wait until they're like running into the camp, and I'm gonna cast whether it's Thaumaturgy or Prestidigitation to make it sound like somebody running off in the complete opposite direction from where Cyrene is.
Thaumaturgy.
Is it Thaumaturgy? Because I have both, so whichever
To
one.
be loud?
I want to make a sound like it's just running off.
You can create an instantaneous sound that originates from the point of your choice. In range.
So yeah, I mean technically you could focus the sound in one place, but then make it quieter and quieter.
Yeah,
So
basically.
it sounds like somebody is running away.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you everybody preps for that. The two who were running through the woods that you initially spotted kind of break the perimeter of your little camp, and both of them they kind of turn, and around the time they break in, like they break this perimeter, Cyrene especially, you are like you are overwhelmed by the smell of violets,
Oh,
Violets.
just like your other
Violets.
character.
like flowers. Yeah.
I know what violets are.
Well, yeah. It's just okay. Anyway, I just want to make sure like you heard correctly. I guess is the thing because it's a weird thing to suddenly smell.
Yeah, like not posy.
Sorry, I put perfume on.
just right now, like she just sprayed perfume
Yeah. I was
up in the
like-
tree.
I just remembered that I just woke up and I was like, shoot, I gotta get my perfume on.
I push her out of the tree.
Oh dang, I fall.
No.
So
I'm kidding.
so the two the human and the dinosaur man both like turn kind of already wide-eyed and both notice you, Sireni. And the human just says, "What? You gotta get out of here. Let's go.
What's happening?
Talk later."
Walk up the tree and I guess run away with them.
I fall out of the tree and also run with them.
Stratos
us.
appears on her neck, just resting around the back of her neck,
Whoa,
Okay.
what? Uh-oh.
and I will try to climb down out of the tree.
Okay. So as you're climbing down, you can still hear a number of creatures running behind the two of these people who came in and kind of swept up Sireni and are on their way through the camp. You hear more heavy breathing and like snarling, slathering, just
Oh.
quickly closing on you guys.
I'm gonna cast this on myself and get the fuck out. I'll follow them.
Okay. So we've got Sireni, Fib, and Lucius that went with the new guys.
Yeah,
that
I
right?
don't know why everyone's jumping out of the tree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't run very fast. I'm staying in the tree.
Well, I'm gonna take off after.
Unless Scorn's leaving, I'm gonna hang out in the tree with him.
I don't know why we don't want this, like, practically kid to run off with these strangers that we don't know. That's crazy.
Okay.
I mean,
so
it's obvious. I'm staying in the tree for now. I have a plan.
okay. Those of you who are still in trees, make stealth checks with advantage.
Oh, I'm not trying to hide from them.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
From
want
the
them to know
creatures?
I'm up here. Yeah,
The creatures?
I'm going to try and
Correct.
hide.
okay.
No. Okay.
So for you, it's then just a straight roll because I think you have disadvantage normally, right? Are you wearing heavy armor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh boy. Okay.
Clang, 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 clang.
So, yeah, kind of loping into visual range, you see a number of long, lanky, kind of malnourished-looking humanoid figures, and they sort of stop as they see maybe the remnants of the camp and begin to look around.
Do they
Sniff
look
the air.
undead?
Yeah.
Alright. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I yell at them. Up here, you drooling, foul semblance of life. Come
Okay.
get me.
You should have used insults from Home Alone.
It's not in my expertise, my repertoire, sorry.
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you have their attention. So I guess
I mean,
let
I
me get
start
over-
producing flame. Unless we're gonna start initiative, like, combat.
Yeah, let me just kind of situate people in a way that kind of makes sense. So we'll say like this, and like this, and then Everybody else kind of took off out of the camp. Let me add the other people. All right. So, let's get you guys over to the battle map.
Dun dun dun.
Hooray!
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh fuck, I have so many battle maps. I need to move this one so I don't have to like drop you in another one on the way. Okay. Now, battle map.
Whee!
I don't like how those look.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, they insulted me.
They did?
No.
Oh.
So, let's get some initiative. Let me grab as many of you guys as I can and roll. Boom. And boom. And did anybody have any special modifiers for their initiative?
Yes.
They-
That's what I thought.
Add 2 to mine.
Right.
You rolled with my dex, right?
Yes.
So yes, add 2 to that.
Okay.
Because I use intelligence instead.
Okay.
How dare you?
What do you think this is, Edge of the Empire, that you get to choose what you roll initiative with?
I mean,
Yes.
Hey, can you add 3 to my initiative, please?
Oh yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Oh, could you add 3 to mine?
Totally.
hang on, I'm trying to find mine.
3 wouldn't even get you above anybody.
Just the principle of the thing, all right?
Yeah.
There you go. It's the bottom
Cool.
half.
So anyway, because of his intelligence, Lucius gets to act first.
He's so smart.
All right.
Alright. First of all, I'm gonna say, guys, what are we running from? Let's just fight it. And I'm just gonna turn around like a freaking crack addict. I'm gonna run back towards. How fast do I think those guys were running? Like, how fast do I feel those guys were coming in?
The creatures or
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you actually saw them on their approach, so you would say that they are probably about as fast as the average person.
Okay, I'm cool with that. So I'm going to run over here. And I gotta do a measurement.
Battle music.
Is that the measurement now? Oh yeah,
Oh,
it
it
is.
sounds like it's raining.
It's drums.
Alright, I am going to look over at it. Just the one that's, meow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to toll the dead.
Okay. Wisdom save. Do. All right. So that is a 15.
For some reason, I don't feel that mine should be a 14 DC. That seems a little low, doesn't it?
Yeah, so, well, let's see.
It's, what is it, 8 plus your
Proficiency.
8
That
plus
does not seem
8
low.
plus.
proficiency
Our
plus
proficiency is
modifier?
only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
It's
I mean,
10
what's-
plus your mod.
yeah, what's your intelligence mod?
4.
So yeah,
I guess-
that's it.
Okay, alright, so it's 14 then.
Okay.
Does Ice
cool.
want to help us out here or no? Is he running away too?
That's
Or
a
just
good
hide?
point. That's a good point. I think Ice might He's at least up in the tree with Scorn and Thorv.
Because he's a kitty.
Then I
So let me grab a token for ice. There we go. Okay, and I will roll him some initiative as well. Boom. Okay.
So I rolled, or I ran 6 so far. Spaces. I don't even know how much Expeditious Retreat gives me.
Oh, what's it say?
When you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action... Oh, okay, so I can bonus action dash.
Gotcha.
So, I'm going to bonus action dash. And I'm going to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because each one's... That's 30, right? Each
I
one's
was
5.
doing a different thing, but what?
Oh, each one's 5,
Yeah,
right?
each scores.
Yeah, each one's
Yeah.
5.
Alright, I'm good. And this is as far as I can get.
Okay. So, because we, well, actually, we'll let Ice go after the other 21s. So, Scorn, what are you doing?
I just throw a produce flame at that one,
Okay.
the nearest one.
Yep.
Let me see if I remember how to do this.
Hey,
14.
you did the thing. A 14 does hit.
Alright, so I do 2 fire damage.
All right.
Getting us started off. There we go.
Oh yeah. Setting the pace.
And I say to Thorv, stop trying to hide. They can't get up here.
Okay. All right. So then, ice is
Isn't there a measuring tool?
there
Yeah.
is.
It's the 4th one
Can't
down.
find it.
Over by the arrow. Up
The one
top
that looks
left.
like a power button.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks weird.
Yeah, they changed the look of it, and it confused me as well.
All right. So ice is going to pull out his bow and fire a couple of shots at the same one that Scorn just hit. And misses with the first one, but then kind of like takes his time, really focuses in, and the next one is a crit.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
That's
So,
good, Mr. Kitty.
Aww.
all right, deals a nasty blow to this thing, but it is still standing. It's kind of like thrown off kilter by the direct, really powerful impact of the arrow hitting dead on, but still there. Thorv, what are you doing?
I guess I'll take a shot with my crossbow.
Okay. All right. 15, that definitely hits. I assume same target.
Yep.
Okay. Still standing. Long tongue just like hanging and just looking and staring at you, yeah.
Who is that beefy looking guy?
The beefy looking guy.
The next guy?
Oh, I think.
That's one
Never
of the
mind.
bees.
Yeah, what? Okay.
Finn's got
Okay.
a little crush.
I was thinking
Whoa.
that it was. Where the crap is Lucius? I found him.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah, he ran the fuck away.
Okay.
Okay. So, the human that was running with the dinosaur man.
the beefy guy.
Yeah, the beefy guy.
He looks like he's beefy.
He looks like Nick Cage, is what he looks like.
No.
a
Little
little
bit.
He isn't beefy.
A little bit.
No, his intense is too sane. His look is
That's
too
fair.
sane.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Cage.
He
That's
doesn't
fair.
look angular enough.
Yeah. Or
Okay,
memeable.
so
Yeah.
that's fair. All right, so he turns around and pulls a longbow off of his back and makes 3 shots.
Dang.
He is a beefy boy.
First one,
Yeah.
crit.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
nice.
Second
Rush
one. Oh my god, crit.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. So as the front running undead thing is like stumbling from the shots it just took from Ice and Thorv, it like regains its balance, and you just hear quickly just thunk thunk as 2 more arrows just blasted off its feet. And it like collapses under a tree over here. All right, and he still has another shot,
Jeez.
but that one misses.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's good. I'm not good.
All right, Fib, what are you doing?
Okay. Fib is going to go point at. Oops, I have the wrong thing. That first one there. This. Boop.
Hmm?
So she just points at it and does one of those on it.
Yes.
And it is undone. So I'm also. What the fuck? Okay. I'll still gonna run out here a little bit. Because I do want him to hit me with that. It's 120 feet. It reaches.
Oh, I thought it just said 20.
I think we're all right. But it doesn't.
Like,
It doesn't take as much damage as you might expect.
What the fuck? But it's made for it.
But necrotic damage.
Ah, fine. He's still getting disadvantage on attack rolls then.
Okay.
I hate him.
All right. And that's it.
Yeah.
You
Sigourney.
have your thingy if you wanted to inspire.
Oh, you
Oh,
are.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Thank you.
Bard stuff.
So yeah, she turns to Serenade and she's like, well, she just inspires her, is all.
looks at her. Hello.
Just, go on, get them.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Fell down here for you. The least you could do is make an attack.
Ooh, okay. Hard choices. Okay. I am going to move up next to Fib,
Hmm.
and I am going to hold my action until wait, let me double check this. Until 2 zombies are, at least 2 zombies are within 15 feet of me.
Okay.
No, 3. Till 3 of them are.
Okay. Cool. And that's it for now?
Yep.
Alright.
I got in front of you so that they'd attack me with their disadvantage.
They can still attack you.
I hope they attack you.
Alright,
Okay.
so the
I-
front running one is dead, so we're not doing anything there.
Why did that one look
Um,
different?
Because it was different.
Okay.
Keyword was.
It was the strongest,
Maybe.
I think
Hopefully.
so. He told me
It's the weakest one.
that guy told me he was very.
Okay,
I think
so...
anything that just shamelessly has its tongue out is to be feared.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like a lot of happy dogs.
Yeah,
or at least
you
approached with caution.
know.
I don't know.
Anything
Maybe it's more
humanoid.
like if it's a tail that's more than twice the length of their head. Maybe that's a better distinction. Maybe this is a
What?
completely unnecessary distinction.
How
I
did?
don't
What
know.
are you talking about?
I tried to do something. and
Yeah,
I
I-
said bad words. So-
You said
Listen,
what? Did you cuss?
I didn't say bad
Go
words. I
ahead.
said words that shouldn't be said in sequence.
What? That's even worse. You
Kind of-
summon a
kind of
demon
like
or
I was
something.
Still doing.
Yeah. I forgive you.
Thank you.
It's fine.
Move all the things.
Look how many new friends you guys are making.
They're slow as shit.
So I think these ones are gonna dash to get basically to the tree that you guys are in. And then these other ones are just like closing on those of you on the ground. And then the one who actually got to the tree without having to dash is gonna try and scramble up after Thorv and Scorn and Ice. So let's see how that goes.
Dang it, only 2 of them got close enough to me.
Uh,
Should have said 2 instead of 3.
oh, whoops. Wrong thing to roll for. Let's see.
Is he gonna
Okay.
like spit at me?
Alright, so one of these creatures begins to claw its way up the tree. And if it's left to its own devices, it'll probably get to you guys and maybe even be able to attack next
Annoying.
We don't have to hide.
turn.
It's
Alright.
one thing climbing a tree.
It's pretty scary.
It's gonna murder.
We'll see.
Alright, so now we get to the little dinosaur here.
I'm excited for him.
He's gonna disappoint.
No, he's not.
Alright.
Dinosaurs never disappoint.
So he turns around and grabs. Let's see, what kind of weapon is this that he has? It's pretty nice.
Are you sure?
It's a stick.
It's a really big stick.
Okay, so he turns around and pulls a longsword off of his back that is inlaid with a number of jewels and like strands of kind of intertwining platinum and silver, and comes running in kind of around Fib and Cyrene to like right here and swings the longsword.
Come on, crit.
Two-handed, 2 attacks. So first is he attacks the one right in front of him, which is gonna miss.
Oh, what a disappointment. Both other newcomers to combat for us have crit.
Second is gonna hit, and attacking the same one, you watch the longsword just like carve into this undead thing, and as it does, there's this bright white flash, and after the light settles, and the gust of wind that kind of blasts out from the impact, this thing is like a pile of ash on the ground.
Damn. So he just fucking melted it with his sword.
Pretty much.
Okay.
He's a paladin. He smote it.
You smelled it.
I can try.
All right, Lucius.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and then bonus action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just to get behind Cyrene, so I have somebody to tank. And then for my action, I'm going to look at which one? I'll look at the one this guy's next to, and I'm going to toll the dead.
Oh, they're dead.
Oh no, never mind. I can't change. No, yes, I can. I think I can. I'm going to change using a skill.
Yeah.
Using this one. I'm going to change the saving throw to a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
For that.
That's a 5.
So, has it taken damage?
Nope.
And then the next question is, I don't know about this, am I able to change the damage type as well?
Okay, let's see. So, second level you when you cast a spell, with a spell slot, the spell deals. So you did not cast this with a spell slot.
Okay, that's what it is. The other one I can do it with anything, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. So.
Oh, the other one, they're both spell slot.
Are they?
No, wait, what?
Yeah. When you cast spell slot, the spell requires a saving throw. You can change the saving throw.
Ah, yep. Okay.
Oh, yep, I didn't see that. Alright,
so I mean it's the result is higher, but it's still not high enough to pass. So we'll take damage.
Not as much as I would think.
Not as much as you would think.
Fair enough. Sorry, new mechanic, trying it out.
All good.
No worries.
Filthy cheater.
Oh,
Anyway. Scorn. What are you doing?
So, this is sort of a question I have. So, with Thorn Whip, the spell description, if I can find it, there it is. It talks about like a vine lashes out. Hang on, you create a long vine with the thorns lashes out. Oh, why did I think it comes out of the ground? Okay, never mind.
and snaring
Okay.
strike does. I think.
For some reason, I thought it came out of the ground specifically, because that would have been an issue. Because I'm like, okay, that would mean I'm pulling it down from the tree, and that just seems against the spirit of the spell. So it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna throw a flame at the one that's trying to climb.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay.
All good.
There we go.
Damn.
18.
Oh yeah, 18 hits.
Yep. All right.
6
so
points of
6
damage.
fire damage. Yep.
Okay.
On the one climbing.
Got it. Just chuck a fireball at his face. Cool.
Yep. Get back, beast.
Alright, then Ice is up. Let's see. Another couple attacks with his bow. That's a hit and a miss. So another arrow just embeds itself in this thing as it's climbing up towards you guys. Thorv.
I'm gonna take a swing at the one climbing with the tree with the sword.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll say you can like kind of swing around and maneuver, but unfortunately, it's able to avoid.
I'm
Okay.
gonna use my action surge as well then.
All right. Just barely hits.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Still standing, or well, still climbing, I guess as the case may be. Okay. So then your new human friend is going to come around here and gonna take one shot at the climbing thing. So that is a miss. Okay, gonna try again. Oh, it's a miss. Okay, finally hits. Finally hits it on the third attack, and while he does hit, the thing is still alive and crawling up towards you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Fib.
Oops. Well, I meant to just read the description, but I guess that works too. So I'll do it on this guy right here. Well, has that guy been hit yet? Other
Yes.
than by my very weak hit.
Lucius hit him, right?
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
do it
Oh,
on this
actually,
one.
yeah. Hold on, because I think I might actually owe Lucius another point or two of damage because I forgot
Ooh.
there was just the tiniest sliver missing from the health bar. Actually, it works out the same way because of the damage rolls. But okay.
I'm gonna hit this one though.
Okay. So wisdom save.
I imagine her doing like super creepy whispers and waving her hand like she's like a friggin' witch or something.
Okay. That's an 11 on the wisdom save.
Ah! Oh wait. Wait, that's can.
Yeah, that DC can't be right.
Oh, because it's wisdom and not charisma? Why would that be a thing?
No, your
No.
your DC is consistent.
Yeah.
I don't know why it calculated it that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, my
it's
save
not gonna
is
make
at
it.
13.
Yeah. So it fails.
Alright.
And so it has to run away.
It immediately uses
On its turn.
reaction. No, it uses
As
its
a
reaction.
Reaction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What a coward.
Mm.
Okay.
I
Alright.
don't know why it showed the wisdom. It doesn't
Yeah,
even
that's
have, like,
weird.
an option.
Yeah.
Like the saving throw says is wisdom, but that's not what my DC is.
Yeah, that's a beginner mistake. Roll 20. Come on.
Roll 20. Come on.
Alright, Cyrenny.
I am going to cast guiding bolt on that one,
Okay.
I'm gonna guide you to hell.
and I'm gonna use the D6 sheet.
Hey.
on that.
Yay!
16 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
The only way you would have missed is if you
Ew.
rolled a 1.
Mhm.
Hey, don't say
So
that.
that's
I
fine.
helped her.
And so, by turning a miss into a hit, you deal exactly enough damage to disintegrate the thing.
Yay!
There you go.
Hooray.
You
I
wanted
am
to
happy.
smite it, so I did.
I high five you.
And the next attack has advantage.
Yay!
Yeah, if you want to smash that corpse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
always smash corpses.
Ew.
Okay. So,
Anyway.
yeah, so these things.
I mean, we did get blown a few weeks ago.
It's true. It's very true.
And
Okay.
I'm essentially a corpse.
All right. So the one that's already up in the tree is going to climb up and take a swing at Scorn.
Ugh, annoying.
You're annoying.
No, you.
Actually, it's gonna like snap at you with its nasty yellowing teeth, and that is an
Oh.
18 to hit.
Can I take my movement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Now that
So
does
yes.
hit me.
18 hits you. All right, then you take
Why so-
11 points of piercing damage.
My goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
Alright.
How much was that? 11?
Uh huh.
That's too much.
That's
You
a
guys
pretty
just
high
made it
roll,
by
to be
these
fair.
things.
Okay. So then the next two,
I don't think
Climb
I'm
up.
gonna get hit.
they're kind of like climbing up different sides of the tree, and so one's going to snap at ice with. Let's see. Okay. So that's a crit.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
No, I.
So the thing like launches itself up to kind of stand on the same branch that Ice is on, and just full on grabs him and begins like like zombie chewing on his neck kind of thing.
Oh no.
God.
Yeah, Ice cries out. He's still standing,
No. Oh god. Good.
but
Boy, ice.
he's getting eaten. Um,
Munch, a munch, a munch, a munch.
Okay, so then another one, the third of three on the tree here, is going to come up and try and attack Thorv. That is a 21 to hit.
Shoot, yeah.
Okay, you take 13 points of piercing damage.
Jesus.
Okay.
This is so much.
I want to climb higher up this tree.
We'll get there. Okay, so then we get to the dinosaur man, who kind of like swings the
It's the
sword to
dinosaur
kind of yeah, swings the sword to like fling some of the blood and gore off of it, and runs up on this thing. 2 attacks with this gnarly weapon of his. Alright. First attack. Hits. Vaporizes this thing. Alright, and then you just see him run off into the woods after the one that Fib had kind of scared away.
Jeez. Why are these guys running? They're crazy.
Alright. Lucius, what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of look over and kind of point my finger, and I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at the one that's on ice.
Okay, and you're gonna miss.
Yep. I didn't drop concentration on my expeditious recovery. I was just gonna hit with it and drop it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to, in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A bonus action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there. And I'm just gonna sit there, and that'll be my turn.
Okay,
I'm sticking with the guy that fucking is one-shotting these things.
fair enough. Scorn.
Okay, can I... Well, okay, so I'm gonna use a Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Did you just whine about wanting someone to cure wounds you when you have it yourself?
No?
Oh, I thought you
When
did.
did I say?
I thought you did.
Okay. So I get 5 HPs, man. And then I'm going to do something a little crazy. I'm going to transform, or wild shape,
Mm-hmm.
into a Deinonychus. Deinonychus?
Deinonychus?
One of these.
It's kind of a smaller dinosaur, just so you're aware. Not
That's
sure if you're
fine.
going for the size factor here, but
I mean, it needs.
No, I'd rather be a little smaller so I don't fall out of the tree.
oh, perfect. Then you got the right dino for the job.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack. Oh no, I can't attack because I used my action.
Yep.
But I am transformed into that.
Oh, you
Okay.
didn't get your circle yet, did you?
No, I did.
Then what did you choose?
Circle the moon. That's why I can use a bonus action. I used
Yeah.
like my action.
He
to
already
cure
used
myself.
Cure Wounds.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, you can still, but you're good.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants you to cheat, is what he's saying.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't think about the cure wounds.
And John, if you want, you could probably actually drag and drop the Deinonychus over like onto your spot there. I think that should work. It should let you do that.
I don't know. I can't-
Okay. Let's see. Oh, there you go. There's one.
Oh yeah. Okay. There I am.
You got it.
I don't think I can control it.
You're in measuring.
You can. You're just you're in measure
Though.
mode.
Oh,
You got to go back up to the cursor thing in the tool.
gotcha. Oh no, I still can't. It's not like a selectable for me.
No.
Weird. You should. Oh, I think I know why. Okay, I'll deal with that between sessions. But yeah, so that's fine. Okay. Ice getting chewed on is going to.
Throw the zombie off the tree.
He kind of like drops his bow in a panic and reaches down, grabbing his sword from his waist. Makes a couple of attacks with that. Both of which hit. This is good. Alright, so he kind of like shoves the thing back and it keeps its balance on the branch and slashes at it a couple times. And hits both times. Dealing quite a bit of damage, but not enough to drop it. So it's just kind of standing there, braced for the next round of combat, ready to lunge once again. Thorv, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my second wind.
Okay.
Those points back. And I'm gonna take a swing at the one trying to attack me.
Mm-hmm. 12 just hits.
Rolling so low today. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you swing, you hit it, but it's still hanging on. Alright. Brings us back around to the human, who's gonna start taking pot shots at the tree creatures. So, let's see. We got shot number 1 on the one attacking Scorn. That's a crit.
Oh, I don't like it.
You don't
Down it
like
goes.
him getting crit?
What?
That's our guy getting a crit.
Oh, I thought he said. Okay.
No,
I
he's-
was so
the
confused.
yeah.
It's like this is good news.
I
Yeah,
assume
no,
it's with
I
Laura, she
thought
likes
he
bad
said-
news.
Yeah, I thought he said Scorn just got hit.
Death to all furbolgs.
Well, actually, it'd be death to the dinosaur at this point.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Second attack against the one that's fighting ice is gonna miss.
Oh.
Third one against Thorv's thing here. That's gonna hit. And the one that's attacking Thorv is like barely able to stand, but it's still alive. Okay, Fib, what are you doing?
Uh, duh, 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 duh. I know it's not a lot of damage. We're doing it on this one here.
Okay.
It's like the only this long thing I have. I don't have a lot of combat. Oh, but also I get to do this. Let's see.
Do the thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna go like the whoop, and I'm gonna give bardic inspiration to that dino boy right there.
Okay. Sounds good.
I
Well,
used up
to
all my
clarify,
actions. What?
which Dino Boy are we talking about? Because we do have two now.
Yeah. the Dino Boy that has been traveling with, not this rando. I just
The Dino
Okay.
Boy in the tree.
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, cool. Sirenny.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do.
Easy.
I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move right next to the tree. Or where the tree is.
I think I know where this is going.
Yo,
And I am going to channel my divinity.
nuke.
Oh, phew.
Tactical nuke incoming.
I was so worried you were gonna like thunder wave us all out of the
She just runs over, picks up the
Blow
entire
up the tree.
Runs over, picks up the tree, and just throws it across the field.
Okay, so wisdom saves.
Yep.
One succeeds, one fails.
You know my DC?
Actually I don't, but I assume a 3 fails, and I assume an 18 succeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't question our DM.
Well, the 3 one has to be.
Coward.
Cool. Is that now or on its turn? Spend its turns.
On
Okay.
its turn, yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there very soon, as a matter of fact. Anything else before your turn is done?
Um,
Ice is looking rough.
Ice can get over himself.
I think that is.
What do you expect her to do to heal Ice?
Healing
a
word?
word of healing.
Yeah, I can do.
She
healing
just cast a
word.
spell.
No,
No.
Channel
Oh.
Divinity is not a spell.
Oh, I got mixed up with Thunder Wave.
Technically.
Wait, technically it is a spell?
No.
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought that's what you were about to say. I was like, what?
No.
I'll give Ice 6.
Okay.
So that he doesn't look like a nod-on piece of meat.
Sounds good. Okay. So, now we get to these things. Before I forget, the one that Thorv is fighting turns tail and begins to run. Thorv, if you'd like to take an opportunity attack, you can.
Yeah, you got a good number.
There
All
it is.
right, so it turns and begins to hop down from branch to branch, but before it gets too far, Thorv catches it, and the weight of the sword swinging into its side just kind of catapults it off the edge, and it falls dead and broken.
See,
to
I
the
was
ground.
hoping that it would flee up the tree and we'd have a zombie clinging to like the tiny little branch up top. This is great.
No. Yeah. Okay. So then we've got the one that is attacking Ice. Gonna keep attacking Ice. But it's gonna miss.
Sucks to suck.
And then this one that had been scared away by Fib is going to turn around and, not being a very smart creature, it's going to turn and come after Dino Boy here. It's a bite, which hits. But Dino Boy takes it in stride, and now it's his turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Swing once, which hits, and fucking vaporizes this thing.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, I guess he's just gonna head over this way with his big old whooping stick. Okay. Actually, he can dash, so yeah, fuck it. He's getting like right here, ready to catch somebody on his sword if need be.
That human dude is so lazy.
I mean, he's got a longbow. He could hit anything on this map.
Yeah.
Maybe John will passive aggressively measure the distance anytime he does it.
Okay, Lucian, what are you doing?
So, being that I can dash as well with my expeditious recovery or retreat or whatever the hell it's called. I'm gonna follow him and just stay right hot on his heels. And I'm gonna get over here and seeing that there is one left, I'm gonna look up, and I'm going to point at it, and I'm going to cast Witch Bolt again. Oh god damn it! And it's gonna bounce.
A little bit of a weak stream there today.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it.
All right. Cool. Scorn.
All right. So I moved to the last one, kind of hop across a couple of branches, and I start just trying to maul it. So
Okay.
here we go.
Oh yeah, 21.
That's
Okay.
such a cute little thing.
Well, the cute little thing murders the shit out of this last
Aw.
baddie.
That's
Uh,
adorable.
two
Oh
sl-
god.
I get
yeah.
3 attacks with this little guy.
Cute.
So I
Yep,
just-
you got him.
Yeah.
Your last attack sucked though.
Eh. It's alright.
Okay.
It did
And
more
then,
damage though.
If
Yeah.
it,
So as the last creature is killed,
we get experience.
Yeah.
the smell, this violet
Oh,
smell
no.
that seems to follow your dinosaur friend around, changes from violets to tar
Oh.
as he like silently holds up his longsword in victory.
What the fuck? Why is
Wait,
he
what did the smell change to?
Tar.
Oh.
So wait, he's the thing that's smelling?
You gather that from being like close and then far and then close. Yeah.
I hoped it was the beefcake that smells like that.
Manly man who smells of flowers.
Yeah. Confident in his manliness. Doesn't need them.
I'm gonna walk around and loot.
What was different about the tongue one?
So basically, it's just a bigger, stronger version of the other things.
Okay.
I mean, now that we're out of combat, like the main group of them were ghouls, and that was a ghast.
It gasped.
Yes.
Cool,
It
cool.
gasped when it was the first to go down.
Mm-hmm.
I go around in my new little form and just maul each of these things
Oh,
to
that's fun.
make sure they don't come back.
Okay.
I go
Blue
over
boy
to-
follows you around and like bonks a couple of them.
Yeah. I thought he was maybe eat.
Blue boy is such a good boy.
I go over. Well, not that close. This close. And trying to hide the grossness, like, watch out for that smell there.
Also,
Uh,
hi.
Can I help with ice?
Yeah, sure. So, we'll say like everybody's able to kind of climb down, get situated in more of a natural kind of way, and
Make sure ice does not turn into a ghoul.
okay.
He didn't
Yeah,
die.
If you would like to make a medicine check, see if you think there's any sort of infection or
I will
what have you.
You know, there's one way to make sure he doesn't turn into a ghoul.
chop off his head.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're pretty confident looking at the wounds that, I mean, obviously there's some pretty nasty wounds, but it doesn't look like there's anything beyond the simple physical damage that was done. It doesn't seem to be like infected or getting warm or any of the telltale signs of something more sinister going on.
Okay, good. I will tell Ice that he is good to go and does not need to worry about becoming undead.
He says, I didn't know that was a concern, but thank you.
Nice. He's like,
So yeah, the human then kind of like closes the distance and like walks up to his dinosaur man friend, sort of pats him on the back, says, "Well, that that took a surprising turn. I'm okay with it."
You got a little literal turn. You know? I like her.
And so he like looks around, and to those of you who aren't like going around, double tapping things or
Double
looking for-
tapping.
yeah, it's a zombie land term.
Or it's a term to make sure things are dead.
I mean, yeah.
My life revolves making don't stand.
You gotta just smile and nod, Laura. You can't always just like.
I want to know.
So yeah, and he kind of looks around at those of you who are still kind of in the general area and says, "Sorry to bring our troubles to your doorstep, but well, thanks for helping us deal with them." I'm Artist, by the way. Artist Simber.
I guess I'll
Nice
walk
to
over
meet
to
you.
him
Yeah.
since I'm
I
closest.
mean, I'm assuming he's probably with a lot of us by the tree or something. Not,
yeah.
Like, by
Oh.
himself over there.
Yeah.
Artist simmer, like it's simmering.
Artist Simber. Cimber.
Cool. So what is up with that smell?
Well, in the meantime, I'll just like look up from helping Ice to be like, "Hi, I'm Sirenny," and then go back to my work.
I'm Thorv. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Looks around at everybody else. Are you guys being shy, or are we just gonna kind of montage it?
He's ignoring me, so why would I answer?
I mean, he acknowledged everybody who's around, so
Oh, he didn't answer me?
I might not have heard you.
I asked him what the smell is.
Oh. Yeah. So then he says, "Oh, that's just my buddy Dragon Bait. It's okay. You like the name? I gave it to him. He's not really one to speak up."
That's not him. That's Laura. Why is his name Dragon?
Because this guy's an asshole.
And as he like as he says that like, yeah, that's the name I gave him, there is just the quickest, faintest whiff of freshly baked bread.
What is wrong with this lizard?
Oh no, it's
God.
cute. That's how he communicates.
Okay, I guess he likes being a bait for a dragon. Does he speak? Why did you have to name him? He looks like a grown person.
The the smell of fresh bread changes to ham.
Like sugar ham or salted ham?
Oh man.
Pick a ham, any ham.
Raw ham.
Ew.
Why is ham a bad smell? Why did he change to ham? Why did he change to a bad smell after he does combat? I don't know what these smells mean. I'll write these smells down. This boy is a conundrum.
So yeah, Artis kind of, continues with the introductions and all that. And I mean, yeah, Scorn is still a dinosaur from what I gather, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
This is
Okay.
our own dinosaur friend.
Oh,
We
he
call him
says.
Dinosaur.
He says, is he gonna say that when he goes back to being the big beardy thing, or?
Well, I don't believe I've ever actually seen him turn into this before, so I don't know. Did we ever see Tree Hugger transform into anything?
No.
Yeah, so like as far as we knew, like we didn't even know you could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tree Hugger transformed into a corpse, but
Oh, that's
Ooh.
Ooh.
He's been transforming into one of the axe beaks as well. So
Yeah, there's that.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
yes, Scorn has, yeah. But I think I go and transform back at this point.
I make a
Okay.
mental image of that bird form, and I'm gonna draw that with Scorn's hair as well.
Well,
okay.
you already did the bird form. You mean the dino form?
Yeah, that's what I meant. The little
Okay.
dino form.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Alright,
But
let's
yeah,
start
I
a collection.
transform back and start wiping all the gore off of me. It's still kind of left over.
Okay.
Well met, travelers. You fight well. I am called
You as
Scorn.
well. I am called Artis.
Artist. And you are? And I look at the dino guy.
Let's see.
Oh god,
He-
he's gonna get up.
He looks over at Artis, and the ham smell continues.
Oh, alright.
And Artis is like, this is Dragon Bait. He's not much of a talker.
Okay. Hello, Dragonbait. See, now Dragonbait's the type of name that Scorn grew up hearing from people. So he's not surprised about it.
Yeah.
Hello, Dragonbait. What are your purpose out here? Why you out in the woods? Or jungle, rather?
Artis just says, well, I'm here looking for something. It's a long story, but basically I'm looking for, I don't know, answers, I guess is the easiest way to put it.
At this
Well,
point, I'll
yes.
walk up. And answers about what?
Well, lots of things, but well, specifically just some of the things that have been going on around here, and at least that I think have been going on around here. This whole region just reeks of weird old magic.
I thought you were gonna say weird old men. I don't.
Me too.
I'll just say, well, I'm always interested in looking into weird old magic.
Weird old men.
Yeah. I am into weird old men. No, weird old magic.
And yeah, he says, I've heard stories about some oracle or something lives out in the jungle, but I've had a hard time really picking up the trail. You guys, you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Yes, we would.
Raises an eyebrow and looks at Scorn. Oh yeah?
Yes. Well, we think.
All right. Well, I mean, we're friends, right?
We are comrades. words, perhaps, but you do not seem to have ill intent. We heard of some sort of oracle or speaker somewhere west of Umbala. Right, it was west, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pull out my book and I say it's a guardian of Uralunga, west of Umbala. Close my
Yes,
book.
perhaps this not the same thing, but
And so I assume you're looking for this guardian for some reason yourselves. I mean, not much other reason to be out here in the middle of the jungle fighting off those things.
yes, certainly not on vacation here.
I find it okay. I make friends as I make Stratos appear around my neck.
Well,
Okay.
I was
As
thinking
you
of
do that,
enjoying your oh, sorry.
as you do that, Artis looks kind of visibly uneasy seeing the winged snake.
Oh, don't worry. He's completely under my control and harmless. We met one out in the jungle, and well, my hummingbird got killed, so I figured I'd bake something that blends in a little bit better.
Artis is like, someone out in the jungle, huh?
Yes. Why? What do you know about him?
By itself, or
Yes. Did you ever run in with somebody with one of these?
I may have. And he kind of like he backs away, like clearly putting a little bit of distance between the two of you.
I'm just gonna disarmingly say, no. We had a run-in with him too. He needs to die. He has killed one of our own.
He kind of looks around at the rest of the group for confirmation or something.
Yeah, I kind of nod and I
Yeah, I'll nod.
tilt my head towards Scorn and I'm like, yes, Scorn's childhood friend.
No.
Yeah, Scorn's just kind of grimly nodding, looking pretty pissed off.
Artis kind of casts his gaze down and says, I'm sorry to hear that.
I have tears in my eyes.
Oh, seriously.
And then he kind of like, he just stares down at the ground for a second, and then you just see him like turn, and he still has his longbow in his hand, and he like chucks it off into the bushes and just
Whoa.
yells, "Oh, fuck!" He like goes and finds the closest thing and just kicks it. And then he just sort of sighs and
My snake slithers out with the longbow. I'm just gonna have him bring it back to him.
he takes the bow kind of hesitantly, but then he walks over to Scorn and says, I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry.
Do you know who this man is?
I do. And the only reason he's even here, part of the world, is because he's after me.
I see. Tell me
So-
more of who this.
His name is Aldar. Aldar Crestcleaver. He's, well, I mean, from what I know, he's with the Zentarum. And let's just say I don't have the best relationship with anyone that works with the Black Network. But they're, well, they think I have something that they want, and well, they're not the type to just accept a no at face value. So here they are, running through the jungle looking for me, and kind of just cusses under his breath again and says, and now they're just killing anyone who gets in the way.
Do you would finishing up, would taking care of this man, would they send more after you?
I imagine they would.
But would it perhaps take a long time, I imagine, to regain sight of you, so to speak?
Yeah, I'm not the easiest to follow. Contrary to what you saw back there, and gestures back at the smoldering wreckage of all the ghouls.
um, hmm. This is a problem, though. Perhaps, if it is okay with other comrades, we travel together. Keep each other safe, and if we find this man, we can kill him. Seems we all have cause for wanting his death.
Seems good to me.
It is fine with me.
Just
Fine by me.
silently nodding.
He kind of looks at Dragonbait, who, well, through the course of the conversation, has smelled like roses, and then baked bread, and then honeysuckle.
Ooh.
Wait, he didn't smell like roses.
Yeah, he did.
I missed it.
And as he kind of looks up and makes eye contact with Artis again, his smell changes once more to that of wood smoke.
Ooh.
And he just sort of nods.
Yeah, smelling that, I'm like, yeah, we should probably dispose of these bodies.
Dragonbait kind of like he raises an eyebrow and kind of like shrugs, like, "Oh, it's not what I meant," but
they just reminded me.
okay.
I guess I made that task a little more difficult.
Yeah, and our artist, you know, after that brief non-verbal exchange with Dragonbait, says, "Yeah, I suppose we can travel with you guys for a while." So, you're headed west?
For now. No, we're not.
Which
Hang on,
way
I
are
have to
you
go to bed.
heading?
I'm so freaking bad.
He says, "I was honestly looking around for clues. I didn't really have much direction other than somewhere I hadn't been before."
Well, as I pull out the map and open it up, where have you been?
Okay.
So,
Alright, let's head back to the player's map of Chult.
sweet. Hey, I'm gonna do whatever I can to fill this bitch up.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, we went and we visited Camp Vengeance, and they're like, oh, we have something where you can do. And then they conscripted us and told us to map out this east area, and they took our guide. And then we traveled a little bit, and we came across ice. And now we're exploring this east area with ice. Hopefully go back and rescue our guide from the assholes at Camp Vengeance. And then we're gonna go back west again. Go past Mimbala.
Serenade can't swear.
Buttholes, not assholes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Ooh, I'm liking that. I'm seeing.
currently what we're doing.
What is the? Did they say the name of the assassin dude?
Yes, it was
Okay.
Aldar Crestcleaver.
Yeah.
Can you just spell that?
ALDAR.
Maybe. Hold on, let me get to chat. Here we go. Mm-hmm.
Now I can update my map.
Kill list.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, well, that's
I'm
cool.
kind of like looming over, and I'm like, oh, now we only have to fill in this little bit of area before we return back to see that butthole.
Where did you guys initially come from?
And who taught her the word butthole?
That would be me.
Asking the important questions.
Where did they come from?
He says, well, I grew up in Port Nyanzaru, so I mean, I've known part of Chult for my whole life, but well, you know, you grow up, get a job, travel the world, and you find yourself right back where you started everything.
How old is this guy?
If you had to guess, you would say that Artis is probably, let's see. Let's see if there's anything that really spells it out.
Me, the water genasi, trying to guess human ages.
Yeah, I'm sure that works great, right?
I've seen humans of different ages.
I don't know. I would say he probably looks like he's maybe in his 40s,
Okay.
like early 40s. But yeah, I'm like, you know, kind of having this extended conversation just to kind of flesh out the image of Artis a little bit more. You know, he's reasonably tall. You've seen the kind of portrait picture already, but beyond that, you see that he's decked out in studded leather armor. And as he has been kind of gesturing and talking with his hands a lot, you probably would have noticed that he has some tattoos along the knuckles of each hand.
Do they say thug life?
They do not.
Oh.
One says Bert, and the other one says
Says what?
Lug.
Bert Lug with 2 G's?
Yeah.
Bert Lug. Is that your girlfriend?
He says, I don't know what names are like where you come from, but usually Bert's a guy's name.
Well, my name is Fibblestib.
That answers that question.
Yeah.
He says, no, these are a couple dearly departed animal friends.
Ah, I see. You get your animals tattooed on your body. I think you and Scorn will get along.
He says,
What about me?
They were just talking about the names of dead animal companions that Artis has tattooed on his knuckles.
Oh,
Wait, so you work with animals?
Uh, Sometimes. I wouldn't say it's a specialty of mine, but well, when you meet a pair of talking wombats, it's hard to turn down the company, I suppose.
Huh.
Where did you meet talking wombats?
Yeah.
I told you, I've been around the world. Seen some stuff.
Yeah, but like where? I want to meet talking wombat.
He says, "Well, you seem young. You got a lot left to experience in this world. I'm sure you'll meet some talking wombats someday." He kind of like
I-
pats you on the shoulder.
I just smile. Really want to meet talking wombats now.
I mean, big fellow over here can talk to this one, and I'll point at Blue Boy. But I don't think that's the same way that you talk to him.
Yeah, and he kind of realizing, I guess, for the first time that Blue Boy is like with you and not just sort of around. He, like slowly makes an approach towards toward the axe beak, and like slowly kind of stretches a hand out to maybe, pet him along the head and neck or something, and Blue Boy just like kind of violently like smacks him with the flat of his beak.
Blue boy's so cute.
Turns around and like struts away behind Scorn.
Does he laugh?
Yeah.
He's a stubborn one.
Blue
Scorn
boy
also
don't take
laughs.
anyone's steps.
So yeah, I mean he Artis is willing to travel with you guys, and so he says, so you're going west, but you're not going west?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Well, are you looking for the cause of these zombies for right now, or what is your immediate goal?
Well, my immediate goal is to find somebody who can tell me what the hell is going on. Which it sounds
us.
like this guardian of Oralunga might be the one that I need to talk to. And if you guys are headed over there, at least kind of soon, I could certainly see my way to joining up, at least for the time being. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't have forever either, so if you're gonna go and see the sights and race the dinos and all that stuff, we might need to go our separate ways.
No, I want to find the cause of this zombie infestation in the immediate area. And
Well, from what I've seen, it just kind of is.
But I mean, we can at least, I don't know, explore this little patch of area and at least get the map
I want to get. Can we?
completed here.
So I'll say I would like to get to the center of that,
Okay.
and see what we can discover. And then if there's nothing that we find, then we'll turn around and head west.
Where did you first start seeing zombies?
Asking Artis, I assume.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically looking at the map, I think you kind of understand how this works, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that, and then this area over here is especially bad.
Okay.
The darker shading is, worse areas.
Yeah, which we can see. Wait, is it just me or is this all opened up? Did he show us all that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, That's the way that he came in. Lucius asked him what he had seen.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
it's
didn't
pretty close to
that
Port
stupid
Nines
commander
Zaru,
guy?
whatever it is.
Hmm?
It's pretty close to Port Nyanzaru about where the zombies are coming from.
Yeah, it really is.
Maybe we can tell them to finally get, over there instead of being all the way out here. Okay.
Wait, what?
I think she's like talking about telling them to move their camp.
Yeah, closer to Port
Oh.
Nyanzaru. They don't need
Yeah,
to be
they
out
could,
here to
yeah.
deal with zombies. They can be close to town.
Yeah.
They could be like right here on the edge of it. Still have access to water.
Mhm.
Yeah, they dumb. Okay, but that stupid commander guy didn't he want us? What exactly did he want from us? Was it like a week's worth of?
He just wanted us to chart east.
Yeah.
So now that we have this charted, isn't that good enough? Could we just go back now? Like we can just be like, look, this is what we know now because we met this other guy. So
I mean, I would probably have him know the least about more members of our party as possible.
They can just wait outside of the camp, and we just don't mention them.
Yeah.
the problem is if we get back that fast, well, we could only show him part of that.
Well, did we show him the map before for how much we've explored?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so he doesn't know how much we've explored previously.
Oh, perfect. I mean, yeah, I think we got it pretty good. Maybe just get a couple more kind of hexes, like maybe a couple of these,
Yeah.
just so we can say, hey, this is the danger area.
So I pull out a piece of paper and I will just draw, like, I'll put it over the top of the map and draw out the outline of that, like trace it. And I'm gonna just work on trying to draw mountains on this piece of paper that I kind of like trace them out that spot over. I just want to see what mountains would look like if I were to like just draw mountains on top. So instead of it being uncharted, I'm just gonna fake it and draw a bunch of mountains. I just want to see what it's gonna look like on a scrap piece of paper.
Okay.
So
Wait, what is the point of you drawing mountains?
just so if we want to just say fuck it and turn around and go, I'll just draw mountains on it, give him that, and let him deal with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Say we scouted the whole area.
I think he would have seen the mountains, though.
Well,
He's kind of
50
dumb.
miles.
You could try drawing like a lake.
Yeah, we could do a lake.
Be harder to see.
All right, I'll draw.
Would he be able
draw
to
a
see
lake
it
again.
50
just
miles
to see.
away? Oh yeah, lake could be good. He would do it, so.
Yeah, you wouldn't see a lake through the trees.
Perfect.
So, all right,
No problem with this deception.
all right. Let's just go west then. So, I'm gonna fill it in with. I'm gonna do like a lake here, and then some forests here, and like heavy forest all the way down to here, and then
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And then just for extra flavor, I'm gonna put a little patch of rocks there.
Gotcha.
He's not going to question how we explored this whole area.
No, I mean because we went west first, and then we came back east, and then we kind of screwed around for a couple days, so we're good.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, some of this is obvious. There's a big lake over there.
Yeah, we can't just like, we don't have boats or anything. We can't just go across the lake, so.
Explore under the lake.
Right. So I'm going to essentially draw the little peninsula that we're on, so like from river to river. And I'll just draw that out, so it's like on a little piece of paper that I can just give to him, because I'm not giving him my fucking map.
Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't even know I have a map, so my map is tucked away. I'm just giving him that little piece.
Sounds good.
Wait, maybe you should make it look like it is our map though. So like include up to like Port Nyanzaro and stuff because we have
That's what I'm
several
doing.
days.
I'm doing
Okay, just making
like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
I'm just not giving him any more than that.
Cool. So, gonna head back toward Camp Vengeance then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we will pick up with that journey next time.